Today, we got the fight. Superman versus Goku. Who comes out on top? Let's find out. Rocketed to Earth as an infant from the doomed planet Krypton, Kal-El was adopted by the loving Kent family and raised in America's heartland as Clark Kent. Using his immense solar-fueled powers, he became Superman to defend mankind against all manner of threats, while championing truth, justice, and the American way. Superman is arguably the strongest here in the DC universe, and has performed some truly incredible feats of strength, even able to move the entire Earth before alongside Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter. He's also held a miniature black hole in his hands before, destroyed a moon, and has beaten down Darkseid and Doomsday. Superman has the ability to move at faster than light speeds, and his top speed hasn't even really been calculated. In battle, Clark can move so fast that his opponents are vastly slower in comparison, allowing him time to dodge attacks and plan out his next course of action. He's able to land hundreds of strikes into a few seconds, and his mind is just as fast too, allowing him to process and understand vast amounts of information almost instantaneously. Superman is one of the most durable beings in existence, able to stand bullets, missiles, bombs, and other man-made weapons without a scratch. In fact, you're more likely to hurt yourself by punching Superman than actually hurting him. However, it's not impossible to injure the Man of Steel. Characters with super strength like Mongol, Despero, and Doomsday have injured Clark before, also been hurt by powerful energy attacks. Superman has limitless stamina, as long as he's exposed to yellow sun radiation, and his body also emits a gravitational field that enables him to defy gravity and fly at faster than light speeds. Kal-El is able to suck in large amounts of air into his lungs, then create a strong gust of wind with it. He's even able to control the temperature which expels this wind, which results in his freeze breath. Superman has the ability to convert stored solar energy to beams of thermal energy that creates a temperature comparable to stars. Superman is a capable fighter, and has knowledge of boxing, brawling, and pressure points, but he's by no means an expert fighter. Instead, relying on his criminal powers to win the fight. So that's what we got in one corner, the Man of Steel, one of DC's most iconic heroes, Superman. But, entering the ring, in the corner, it's none other than Goku. Goku is the main protagonist of the whole Dragon Ball series. Goku is a Saiyan, reduced into Earth as an infant. However, an accident altered his memories, allowing him to grow up to become Earth's greatest defender and the informal leader of the Dragon team. He constantly strives and trains to be the greatest warrior possible, and has kept the Earth and the whole universe safe from destruction many times. Goku is one of the strongest mortal warriors in Universe 7, often being referred to as the fittest among them, and he is easily one of the most powerful characters in the whole franchise. Goku is able to lift over 100 tons in his base form. As he undergoes Saiyan transformations, uses ki boosting abilities, Goku is able to lift hundreds of thousands of tons. He might not even have a true upper limit. Like most all characters in Dragon Ball, Goku is also ridiculously fast, especially while in combat, and it's safe to say that he is much faster than the speed of light. Goku has also mastered instant transmission, meaning that he can teleport anywhere that he wants. He's also remarkably durable, as Goku has been able to take planet-destroying Ki Blast and punches from Frieza. Goku can also generate energy blasts from an inner energy called Ki, most notably in the form of a Kamehameha Blast. It's one of Goku's most powerful attacks, actually able to master it after watching Roshi perform it just once, while Master Roshi said that it took him 50 years to master it. Goku is really a prodigy when it comes to combat, and actually continuously learned practically any new technique that he encountered with basically no effort. His natural talent for combat, innate physical power, and Saiyan heritage, plus his unwavering drive, have taken his power to unprecedented levels, and turned Goku one of the strongest mortal warriors in the multiverse. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now this right here is kinda the fight. Forget Superman vs. Thor, forget Batman vs. Captain America. I think it's safe to say that Superman vs. Goku surpasses all of them. It's kind of the ultimate matchup you can ask for. And there's definitely a reason for that. Couldn't have asked for two more well-matched and powerful opponents. But who is ultimately going to come out on top? Well, that's what we're going to figure out. Also, just to clarify here, we'll be using a combined version of Superman from Post-Crisis, New 52, and Rebirth. It was a manga version of Goku, and it's going to start off already in a Super Saiyan 3 form, since that is the form that most people consider to be the one most directly comparable to Superman. Right, now let's get started. And first thing we need to take a look at is physicality. Obviously a massive part of this fight, and kind of the crux of the video. I'm just going to lay all my cards on the table up front, especially since we can probably all agree on this one. Superman has more raw strength than Goku. Not necessarily talking about striking power, just pure strength and power. Clark is known for accomplishing countless incredible Herculean feats of strength, and while Goku is clearly superhumanly strong, he just can't give everything that Superman has shown us. I mean, between post-crisis and New 52, Superman has shown 9, count them, 9, moon-level, planetary level feats of strength. He's held back the moon against an ancient force that was causing the moon to fall into the Earth. He's pulled the Earth alongside Green Lantern, pulled the Earth alongside Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter, pulled the moon alongside Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. He's moved the world into the Phantom Zone. He moved both the Earth and the moon. Then more recently, he's bench pressed the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight, and only barely broke a sweat. Along with Martian Manhunter, prevented Brainiac's ship from crashing to the Earth, and the ship absolutely dwarfed the Earth. I think it's very, very clear that Superman has planetary level strength, even probably multi-planet level strength, and Goku has never really shown that level of raw strength. But I've said it before in countless other videos, and I'll probably say it again in countless future videos. But this is a fight, and in a fight, striking power is a lot more important than raw strength. There's a lot that goes into throwing a punch. And while strength is obviously a key factor, so is speed, skill, and technique. And so Goku can technically throw a stronger punch even if he isn't quite as strong as Superman. For starters, one of his earlier forms, Goku managed to dropkick Frieza, send him flying through multiple islands. Then as a Super Saiyan, Goku's able to fight against Frieza operating 100%. And Goku matched him blow for blow and even drew some blood of his attacks, made all the more impressive by the fact that Frieza has survived planetary destruction before. And it's not just that, Frieza survived a planet being destroyed at 1% power, meaning that at 100% power, Frieza should be a whole lot more durable, and still, Goku was able to do some serious damage with his punches. Now, granted, taking a planetary explosion and a punch isn't exactly the same thing. So the punch from Goku is all just focused on Frieza, while you're just kind of caught up in an explosion. But still, very impressive. And we want to use a little bit of power scaling, which is found in the manga. It's said that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And Gohan is basically able to one-shot a bunch of Cell Juniors, who are a whole lot more powerful than Frieza. Probably most impressively, Goku was fighting against Beerus on King Kai's planet, and while Goku was completely outclassed throughout this entire fight, he did throw a punch at Beerus, missed Beerus, and actually threw a punch through the whole planet. And while King Kai's planet obviously isn't anywhere nearly as big as the Earth, it does have 10 times the gravity, making it a whole lot more dense. That's a whole lot more difficult to punch through. What makes this all the more impressive is that Goku did it basically all by accident. He didn't have a whole lot of momentum behind the punch, didn't have a running start or anything like that. It wasn't even aiming for the planet itself. He did all of this by accident. However, all that being said, I'm still going to argue that Superman is the stronger one here, both in lifting strength and in striking power. For starters, Superman has gone up against and injured some of the all-time most powerful beings in the DC universe. Many of them arguably more durable than someone like Frieza. He's knocked out Mongol with just a few punches. He's knocked out Earthman with one punch, at the moment had absorbed the powers of Ultra and Block, both of whom are as powerful as Kryptonians. He's knocked out Wonder Woman with one punch. Instead of flying from the sun all the way back to the Earth, he's able to plow right through Empiric's probes by himself, who had earlier been contending with and overpowering the entire Justice League. And that's just naming a few. Because Superman has also injured people like Darkseid, Doomsday, Brainiac, and plenty more. And just like Goku has busted through small planetoid, Superman also has feats that put him on moon or planet level in terms of power. He's been a whole lot more consistently betrayed at this level than Goku has. He said himself before that he's able to throw a punch hard enough to split apart the moon or shatter planets. And I personally believe that Superman would know his strength the best and doesn't tend to lie or over exaggerate. But if you don't want to believe Clark, well, maybe you'll believe Bruce, because Batman seems pretty convinced that Superman could turn the moon into dust too. And it's not all just words either. He's punched hell with enough force that the punch could be felt from the center of the Earth all the way up to the farthest edges of the atmosphere. He's punched Bizarro all the way up to the moon, and punched Wraith all the way to the moon, and actually through the moon. Superman has even completely shattered a planet just by jumping off of it. Cracked half a moon just the shockwave from one of his punches. He's split a small moon near Saturn completely in half. And there's the infamous feat where Clark destroyed a shadow moon by running into it, at just under the speed of light. And it's not like the shadow moon was standing in place either, it was moving over 4 million miles per hour. And while Superman was knocked out by the blast, that was just because the moon was made up of unstable dark matter. So while it's close and Super Saiyan 3 Goku is obviously impressive, I still lean towards Superman here. I think that Clark is stronger and can throw the stronger punch. So then what about durability? This is going to be another advantage for Superman in this fight, considering that Goku's durability isn't necessarily the greatest. And while Goku does tend to dodge and evade any powerful attacks coming at him, Superman tends to take them head on, and actually come on the other side of almost no damage. He's been kicked across the entire state of Utah and landed in Colorado, been punched from Metropolis to China, punched from California to Tokyo, been thrown all the way to the moon, and actually been hit to the moon on several occasions. He's ordered an Pyrrhic probe detonation, whereas Wonder Woman was knocked out by a similar blast. He's taken several blasts from Breach, who's able to one-shot Martian Manhunter, and he's taken planetary destruction multiple times. While weakened in the pocket universe without a yellow sun, Superman was slammed into the planet with enough force that the shockwave went out and dwarfed the planet in comparison. He had his mind swapped with Bizarro, and so Clark ended up punching his own body through the earth, yet came on the other side just fine. Also been with the Claw of Horus, which draws by the magnetic field of the Earth, and is essentially like getting hit with the planet itself. He's even taken punches on Superboy Prime, flown through a field filled with kryptonite debris, flown right through Red Sun, and kept on fighting against Prime. Also started the collision between Apocalypse and Genesis, and the subsequent explosion. And even though Clark was knocked out by this blast too, both of these planets are much larger than the Earth. They've even been said about the Spectre and Zeus to dwarf entire galaxies. Superman is insanely durable. But even though Goku doesn't rely on his durability as much as Superman does, Goku obviously isn't someone to scoff at. As a Super Saiyan, he stood for both energy attacks and physical attacks from Frieza. He's taken a Kamehameha blast from Kid Buu, and so on and so forth. But I just don't think you can make a solid argument that Goku is on Superman's same level of durability. In fact, I'm able to argue that Goku doesn't even technically have planetary level durability, which he's seen Superman survive multiple times before. Now, the reason why I say that is that even though Goku has survived energy blast that should be powerful to destroy planets, or even had destroyed planets in the past, when he's gone up against energy attacks that were definitively going to destroy the planet, he's been forced to escape or he's actually been outright killed by them. I think it's pretty clear Superman is more durable than Goku. Meaning that Superman's punches will do more damage than Goku's. It's even possible that Clark's more powerful strikes will straight up be too much for Goku. But all this is where Goku's speed comes in. And speed is honestly going to be one of the most important factors in this fight, if not the most important factor. Because if Superman is stronger and more durable, well, Goku is faster, at least in combat. In terms of travel speed, getting from point A to point B, actually just again, Superman is better. I mean, as Clark is flown from the edge of the universe back to the Earth in just 60 days. The observable universe is 93 billion light years across, meaning it would take light 93 billion years to get across there, and Clark did it in 60 days. He's been able to at least momentarily keep up with Barry Allen and Wally West. He's even outpaced Light Ray, a new god who's fast enough to circumnavigate Apocalypse thousands of times in a moment. And like we said, Apocalypse absolutely dwarfs the Earth, to the point where the Earth is barely the size of a lake on Apocalypse. But like we said with strength, this is a fight. And so combat speed is a whole lot more important than just pure raw speed. If we're being honest, Superman doesn't have the best track record against people with greater combat speed, especially highly trained and experienced fighters. I mean, I think we can all agree that Wonder Woman isn't as fast as Superman. Yet both Wonder Woman and Batman seem to think that she is faster than Clark in a fight, all because of her skill and her combat speed. Same situation here, where Goku has greater skill and fighting experience. He's also just got more raw speed than Diana as well. Goku and Piccolo moved so fast that they literally became invisible. Goku's able to have a full fight with Vegeta inside the span of one heartbeat. Then there is Goku's fighting with Frieza. Frieza has light speed attacks, namely his Death Beam. This attack was so fast that none of the Z fighters could see it, and all that Piccolo could see was a flash of light. But on the other hand, Goku's able to deflect the blast one after the other with relative ease, despite the fact that no one else could even see the attack. Then as a Super Saiyan, Goku's able to dodge those same light blasts, while this time Frieza was using a whole lot more of his power, meaning his attack would be faster, because in Dragon Ball, the stronger you are, the faster you are. Cell is also able to fire a Kamehameha blast at light speed, or possibly even faster, yet Goku was still able to react to the blast and dodge it with his instant transmission. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has actually fired his own blast to knock one of Cell's Kamehameha blast out of the air, and Goku was explicitly stated to be more powerful than this version of Gohan, meaning he's faster as well. And plus, Super Saiyan 3 is always better than Super Saiyan 2. Goku also isn't above blitzing his opponents, like when a Super Saiyan 3 and blitzed Fat Buu, who's faster than the speed of light, managed to blitz people like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Majin Vegeta in the past. And there's Goku's instant transmission. And Goku can actually use this ability on two fronts. One, he can dodge Superman's attacks, as we've already shown him using it to dodge Cell's Kamehameha. And yeah, Goku doesn't do this all the time, but if he knows that he can't take an attack coming his way, he'll often use instant transmission to just get out of the way. Then secondly, Goku uses to launch a sneak attack, like when he teleported right in front of Cell, caught Cell by surprise, and then hit him with his own Kamehameha blast. So speed is going to be one of the most important factors in this fight, obviously. And as we've seen what Goku can do, Superman has demonstrated that he's fast enough to where that speed difference isn't big enough to grant Goku the victory. Now, I don't think that anyone is going to argue that Superman won't be able to see Goku moving in a fight, or at the very least, react to him in his head. He's reacted both Barry and Wally moving fast and light speed. He's able to think fast and light speed, and he can measure time in microseconds, nanoseconds, and even all the way down to attoseconds. The question is, even if Clark is fast enough to see Goku coming at him, will he be able to physically keep up with him? Because like we said, this is something that Clark has struggled with in the past, where even Wonder Woman could be considered faster than him in a fight. Well, here's the thing, when Cal has wanted to, he's blitzed Wonder Woman before, blitzed Ultraman, blitzed General Zod, Ursa, Bizarro, Black Lantern Superman, and let over 4,000 punches on Doomsday in an instant. He's caught both Professor Zoom and the Flash before. And one time, Superman encountered a ship traveling much faster than the speed of light, and Clark was able to keep up with the ship, scan the ship, make sure there was no life on board, then target anything that looked like an engine, showing fast and light travel speed and combat and reaction speed. So Goku is still fast in a fight, but is he so much faster than Superman that he's going to definitively and instantly take the victory? I'm not so sure. I mean, if Superman is able to regularly perceive and react to people on Flash's level, I'm betting he'd do the same thing here with Goku as well. We talk about something that we don't really talk about too often in these fight breakdowns. Stamina. Because here's the thing, the Super Saiyan forms are stated to put a strain on the body. Both the manga and the anime confirm this. In fact, it's not just being Super Saiyan, but Kamehamehas also drain Goku as well. All this combined means that Goku in Super Saiyan 3 is basically just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. I mean, when Super Saiyan 3 Goku fought against Beerus, he was only battled for a couple minutes, Another time, Goku was so tired, they said the Super Saiyan 3 form took too much ki to use while alive. On the other hand, as long as he stays under Yellow Sun, Superman has got possibly infinite amounts of energy. He can replenish his solar energy while in mid-battle. And in fact, when Clark is in a fight, in the heat of battle, he actually retains even more solar energy from the sun than usual. So, overall, Superman is physically superior here, even though Goku is still faster, and he's still pretty strong too. But we need to talk about Goku's ace up his sleeve, his energy blast and energy manipulation. And just like speed, this is going to be kind of a major crux of this fight, one of Goku's keys for victory. Now, right out of the gate, I don't think that Goku's Spirit Bomb will work against Superman, because I mean, it's Superman. But all of the attacks should work. And even though Goku himself has never blown up a planet before, he should still be a casual planet buster by the end of Dragon Ball. I mean, just when Goku is transforming into Super Saiyan 3, he's able to shake the whole planet with the power of his ki. His ki could even be felt from the other world. He used a ki blast to punch a hole right through Boo. He used a Kamehameha blast to overpower Vegeta's Galick Gun, which Vegeta had previously threatened to destroy the Earth with. He was charging a Kamehameha blast up in the sky to take down Cell. Everyone freaked out thinking he was going to destroy the planet, but he just teleported down to the Earth, caught Cell by surprise, and actually destroyed half of Cell's body. And he doesn't even necessarily have to say the word Kamehameha in order to unleash a blast. He's fired the attack without saying anything on a couple of occasions. However, I think there's a reason why Goku has never actually destroyed a planet. Because he can't breathe out in outer space. So to destroy the planet, he'd die. Meaning that odds are he won't be using one against Superman either here in this fight. Even though we're fighting on an indestructible planet. I still don't think it's the smartest thing for Goku to unleash a planet-destroying Kamehameha blast. Just because it'll drain him so quickly. The Super Saiyan 3 form already takes a whole lot of energy to maintain. Throwing a planet-busting blast in the mix is going to drain him even quicker. Not saying that Goku won't use these blasts. Obviously, he will. It's one of his go-to moves. I'm just not convinced that he'll be using a planet-destroying version of the blast. But let's say he does. Will Superman be able to hold up to that blast? Well, Clark actually has a remarkable ability to do energy attacks. He's one of the few bigs who can consistently take Darkseid's Omega Beams. He's even taken Omega Beams from the amped version of Darkseid. He's withstood Infinity Man's energy blast, being designed to kill new gods, including Orion, and he's taken blasts from Mobius, who had previously killed Ultraman with an energy blast. He's inside an energy blast of red solar energy that blasted a hole into the ground at 12 miles wide. So had the Source Wall explosion, so had attacks on the Void Hound, which destroyed 10 star systems in its test run, as about a red Sun Eater's detonation that was 50 times the size of the Kepler supernova. Now, granted, Superman was knocked out by a few of those blasts, but I'm betting that it's durable enough to take one or two Kamehamehas from Goku. I know we've been going on for a long time, but we need to touch on skill before we wrap everything up. Now, Goku is an insanely skilled fighter, and in fact, he spent his entire life training to become a better and better fighter. When he's facing opponents who are stronger than him, he tends to compensate by using his greater skill and battle smarts. His fights against Frieza, Cell, and Vegeta being great examples. Goku's also pretty good at picking up on an opponent's weaknesses or blind spots. Like when he realized that Frieza couldn't sense energy, they can exploit this weakness. But don't underestimate Superman. Because even though Goku is the better fighter, Superman is a pro using his powers in combination with one another. He's actually quite the tactician when you look at his fights. So, end of the day, who wins here? Well, obviously, both Superman and Goku can come out on top here and win this fight. That much is crystal clear. But who do I think wins? Well, I think it's Superman. Most of Superman's physical feats outclass Goku's physical feats. Even though they both have their advantages, I think the gap between speed is closer than the gap between strength and durability. I mean, Superman can give as good as he gets from Goku, probably give even better, while Goku won't be able to stand up to a few of Superman's best punches. And there's just the stamina question as well. I don't think that Goku will be able to put down Superman fast enough before his Super Saiyan 3 form runs out, given Clark's best is planetary and even star-level resistance feats. End of the day, Goku is faster, and he's got his energy powers. But I think Superman is fast enough to hang in this fight. It is durable to take Goku's best and not instantly go down, It will take Goku down with his own strength and power. Superman wins. But what do y'all think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm sure you're going to have lots of thoughts to sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure the like button, the subscribe button, turn on notifications from the DanCo army, and I will see y'all next time.